everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about some makeup brushes that I picked up either online or in store. I'm also going to be going through different ways that I use them. This mightn't be particularly the way that they were meant to be used, but it's how I find I get the best use out of them and they last longest for this type of application for me personally. The first makeup brush that I'm going to talk about is from Penneys or Primark if you're in the UK, and it's from the PS Love range. It's the double-ended stippling brush, and I find the bigger side absolutely amazing for stippling on foundation, and the smaller side brilliant for either contour or your highlight, your under eye highlight. This brush cost me a whole lot of €2.50, which is absolutely amazing for a brush that is such high quality. I have this brush already and I've washed it and it's come out perfect. It's no shedding whatsoever, there's no little hairs left on your face if you're buffing in your foundation, so it's a really good go-to brush for me, and that is why I got a second one. Next brush I'm going to talk about is this Kabuki brush, and it's got like a wooden handle. It's like almost like wicker. And it's almost tapered at the top. Now this cost me, sorry if I'm looking down, it's just that I have the prices written down on here. This cost me €1.27 on eBay and shipping was €2.30, so that's what, about €4 total. I actually would use this for doing my contour underneath my cheekbones. I wouldn't use it for doing down my nose because it is quite large, so you would get too much product applied. You can also use it for up here, which is brilliant. Other than that, you could probably use it for your setting powder, stuff like that, but it definitely wouldn't be a brush you could use for foundation because it is extremely soft. So highly recommend this brush for people that find it a little bit difficult to get into your contour under your cheekbones. As it is tapered, it really does kind of fit in under your cheekbone. The third brush that I got was this large blending brush. It actually says on it tapered highlighter F35. I'm not sure if that's some sort of a dupe for some other brand, I'm not quite sure. It could be Crown Brush or something like that. This one actually cost me €2.54 for two of them, which is absolutely brilliant. And the reason I got this was because I absolutely love Inglot products, and I was on their Facebook page and they were using a brush very much like this to buff in under eye concealer, and also to, when they were using their new stick foundations, to buff them into the skin. And when I saw this online for two of them for €2.54, I thought for €2.54, I thought that it was absolutely brilliant, so I would try them out. So that's definitely what I would use this for buffing underneath my under eye concealer, also for doing some contour, and obviously you could use it for buffing in foundation also. The next one was the same kind of a brush but in a smaller size. This one has no name on it, but it does have 224 in small little numbers written on it. I think that is possibly supposed to be a dupe for Max 224. Now this was €2.54 for two of them also, and I use this for blending eyeshadows, for getting into the crease, and you can also use it for your under eye concealer, all that kind of thing. So it's a really good brush if you are into your blending or trying to get your blending right. A really good fluffy brush is brilliant for your eye makeup. The next one that I got is this contouring brush. This actually has the words, I'm not sure if you can see it, it's like imprinted, it has NARS written on it, which is a makeup brand, I'm sure you know. But this one cost me €2.02 off eBay as well. The last two, in case I didn't mention, were off of ebay.ie as well. So €2.02, and this I use for my contour down the side of my nose, underneath my chin, all that kind of thing. You can also use it for highlight, but it's mostly used for your contour. Now this obviously is a dupe for NARS, their brush, I think it's the ITA brush or ITA brush, the ITA anyway it's called. I'm not too sure how to pronounce it, but I saw this brush online and thought for €2, why not just try it instead of going out and forking out the whole lot for the NARS brush. The next load of brushes I got were bought in a set, and they were from ebay.ie, and they were also €7.69, and they are these beautiful, fabulous, almost metallic metal look brushes. They are supposed to be dupes for the Real Techniques Bold Metals collection, I think they were called. Obviously these aren't like, they're not weighted or anything. Metals collection actually have a weight on the bottom, so when you're holding it, it's easier to hold. These aren't, these are just plastic. They're not real metal or anything like that, but they're a brilliant dupe. I wouldn't be able to afford the Bold Metals collection, all of them, just because they are a little bit expensive. As you can see, the first one is almost like a triangle shaped brush, if that makes any sense. And it's flat on the bottom, and I would use that for packing on my under eye setting powder. You could also use it for your contour and stuff like that, but they're so soft. So that's your first one. The second one is silver, and it's a really fluffy brush, and you could use that for your blending, your under eye concealer. You could use it for eyeshadows as well. It's totally up to you, but it's lovely and fluffy. The third one is an eyeliner, an angled liner brush, which is brilliant for getting into the crease or for doing your eyebrows, your eyeliner, anything like that, some detail work. Be really handy to have one of these. The next one is probably my favourite brush, and it's this big huge fluffy powder brush, and it's got a gold handle, as you can see, and this is brilliant for your setting powder all over your face. This brush is like a dome brush. It's circular, it's very dense, but it is extremely soft. You could use this also for detail work or your inner eye highlight. You could use it for your highlight, your face highlight. You could use it as a contour brush. Loads of things you could use this for, so very handy. Next is a blusher brush, and it's extremely fluffy again, like the large setting powder brush. It's got kind of like pink bristles, and it's so nice. It's so soft. You could use that for your blusher or anything like that, totally up to yourself. And the last brush, which would be another one of my favorites along with the large setting powder brush, is this one. It's almost like, if you could imagine the NARS brush that I showed you, but shorter and fatter, like wider. So that would be brilliant as well for doing your contour, for a more intense contour, I would say, because you would have like a larger contour line. So really love that brush, and this is almost like a rose gold bronzy colour, and it's got the pink bristles as well, so really highly recommend it. The last brush that I'm going to tell you about today is one that I've heard about everywhere, from Snapchat to Instagram. There's loads of different Irish brands selling them now and putting their own name on them, but as far as I'm concerned, they're all the same brush with just their own stamp put on them. So their last brush is this brush. Sometimes it's called a toothbrush brush or a spoon brush, but it's brilliant for, it's extremely dense, as you can see. It's really dense. There's millions of bristles in it. Brilliant for buffing on foundation, your contour, your highlight, all that kind of thing. Brilliant for getting around the brows. Excellent for all that kind of stuff. This, I'm not too sure where I bought this. Again, I think it was off somebody on adverts.ie, but I can't seem to track down the seller. I can't seem to find the post anymore. But I know that you can get them on aliexpress.com for less than €1. So where would you be going? It's absolutely brilliant. Everyone was raving about them, so I said I had to try them, and I've ordered 2 more, so I will have plenty of them to keep me going. So that's my video for today, guys. Thanks very much for clicking, and please thumbs up and subscribe, and as always I will leave my social media links after this video and down below. Bye bye.